Yo, what's up guys? In today's video, we are going to be going over business checking accounts. Business checking accounts are super important because they help build up that relationship with that specific bank. So banks, the whole way banks work is when you give them money, that money is not actually sitting in the bank. They're using that money to go invest in other stuff. They just keep a little bit of it in the bank, expecting you not everyone's going to take out all the money at once. So if you're able to give them more money to where they could go invest, they're going to like you. So if they see you putting money into the bank, they're going to build more trust and they'll give you more favorable, approvals and credit limits. So before, anytime you apply for funding with these more larger banks, you're going to want to have some money showing in the business checking account to increase your high credit limit approval odds. So I like to focus starting off with all the major top banks like Chase, US Bank, Amex, Bank of America, and then we could go down lower. Something to note is not all banks you actually need to have a business checking account, especially if it's the kind of lower tier, more specific banks. You're fine to just go ahead and apply. But with the major banks, this just helps increase our odds for higher credit approvals. So my recommendation is, you could go online and see what they have to offer. Let's see here. So they got for me, I always choose whatever's the cheapest. So there's a $15 monthly service fee, but if you deposit $2,000 in, then you waive it. For all intents and purposes, I always choose the cheapest option just because I'm just trying to use these banks for 0%. Simple as that. But other businesses, if your real estate business is going really good, you have a lot of transactions, it might be worth going into some of these more higher tier ones. But if you're just looking for funding, and you don't really plan on actually using their services, then go for the cheapest one by all means. Again, if you have other stuff that you might need, then it's worth checking this stuff out. But go online, see what other options you have, so when you do come in, you have an idea. I recommend when you do open up a business checking account, go in person. When you go in person, you are able to create that relationship with them. And versus just doing it online, you're just kind of like another number. They don't really know who you are. And when you have good relationships with people, they're more willing to go up to bat for you. So go in person, have a story ready to explain on what the business does, what your estimated revenue is, why you're coming into work, like open up a business checking account. Just have a story ready. Something I've said in the past is, I went into PNC to open up a business checking account. They asked me what I do. I told them, yeah, we do coaching and consulting services for real estate companies to better market and manage their projects. So with that first sentence, I'm telling them I'm a consulting business. It's a very low risk NAICS code. We're in the real estate sector. That's a little higher risk, but since I'm doing consulting for it, that makes me lower risk. And then next thing I say is, typically we're spending about $50K a month. That's really good for them to know, because they're like, okay, this guy is going to need a lot on the credit cards once he starts applying. Then I say something along, last year our estimated business revenue for this year is going to be at least like $900K in revenue. Or anytime banks hear you close to that $1 million number, they want to work with you because they're like, okay, this is a high ticket client, and if I could lock them in, I'm going to get paid out more on the commissions for whatever we get this guy approved for. So that's really good. And then I say, this year, we have a potential partner, and if we lock them in, we'll exponentially be able to blow up our business. So that's why we wanted to open up a business checking account here. We see you have a lot of different funding options. And what I like about that sentence is it gives them a reason why you're reaching out and why they're going to want to give you funding, is because you have a big opportunity to where you could get more funding, and it's reliant on them they need to be able to give you those type of funds if they want to get your business. So saying something along the lines, having a story. But yeah, I like to choose the cheapest options, go through, read them, see what works best for you. I think when you're opening the business checking accounts, something to note is, since we're opening up multiple, with like US Bank, Chase, all that stuff, you don't actually need to use all of them. Again, this is just to build rapport, so when we do apply, we increase our odds for higher credit limit approvals. I personally bank with Chase on the business checking side, but I have bank accounts with a bunch of other different banks. I just opened up with one with BMO Harris, PNC most recently. But you don't always need to do it. If some of these banks, if they're lower, or, they're just known to give lower credit limits, or if they require doc checks, then it might not be worth opening up a business checking account. Apply with them still, get the maximum you could get. But I like to focus on opening business checking accounts with banks that are known to be giving, higher credit limit approvals, just so I could increase those odds. But if the bank is only going to give me, they're known to only be giving on their high-end standard, like a 10K card, then, I'll just say fuck it, apply without it, and you should be good to go. Keep the ball rolling, wipe off the inquiries, and continue to apply. But that's it for the video. Hope you guys got a lot of value from it. As usual, peace out, much love, stay beautiful. See you in the next one.